These are the most embarrassing moments in football history. Sometimes even the greatest make a joke of themselves. I mean, Haaland missing a sitter, can you imagine? After a record-shattering season where he scored 36 goals. The bar has been set too high, or too low. How on earth did he miss this? It was a piece of cake. The keeper was down. He had the ball all to himself. Damn! All of the room he had, bro hit the crossbar. How sloppy! Well, he's not a god after all. But, oh my! Haiti's keeper took bad football to a whole new level. The benchmark is so high, even Loris Karius doesn't come close. Bro got up and decided he was letting Canada win. Outrageous, isn't it? The manager must be kicking himself. It doesn't get any worse than this. He had 2 chances to stop the ball, but no good. After this colossal blunder, I bet he'd be looking for a new job. But what about our next guy? Cause boy, he made a fool of himself. Qatar had a golden chance, but this lad wasted it so efficiently that there was no room for redemption. Come on, this goal was a walk in the park. There was no hurdle, except himself. But bro went for some showboating and used his other foot, hitting the goalpost. Hilarious. I can't believe it. But how about this one from Maitland? He left the goalkeeper helpless. In simple words, he took him by shock, didn't he? Well, there is one downside. It was the wrong goalpost. Damn, what? Maitland passed to the keeper, but the keeper got a little too excited as he dashed towards the ball. But it was far too late. The ball went straight in. Honestly, this was one of the finest own goals I had seen. But then I saw Jonathan Walters playing against Chelsea, and this man single-handedly won it for Chelsea. 2 freaking own goals. And if you watch them carefully, even Prime Casillas could have done nothing. The misery didn't stop here. These goals were followed by a foul in the penalty box. Oh God, what was this guy up to? Believe me, if he had worn the blue shirt that night, he would have been made man of the match. Walters literally had the worst night of his career. I wonder if he ever recovered from this trauma. And these moments only get crazier. Because Bassam Selina taught a whole generation of young footballers how not to take a penalty. Because mate didn't even hit the ball. He just tripped midway and the ball was in play. Penalties are the easiest way to rack up goals if you're good at them, but if not, they could be a nightmare. My boy lived this nightmare on the football field. Well, perhaps a name in today's list that shocks me is Thomas Muller, because mate was a little too sloppy against FC Schalke. Holy smoke, he set the gold standard of how not to take corner kicks. I mean, the ball went straight out of play. Muller needs to get his kicks aligned before it's too late. But how about the time when Pepe took the worst throw-in of his career? Oh, what did I just see? Pepe, my friend, you gotta dry your hands before you try a throw-in, or else the ball will slip. But you gotta give him points for damage recovery, because had he not touched the ball, it could have ended at the back of the net. And man, Harry Maguire needs to learn a thing or two from Pepe, because this man threw the match away single-handedly. Jeez, Maguire and De Gea were conspiring against Man U when De Gea gave this crazy pass to Maguire. And well, what could the poor defender do? He was puzzled and gave away the ball as if he were playing for Sevilla. Gosh. In my opinion, it wasn't Maguire's fault, it was the manager's fault, because he let him play. No, I'm just kidding. But the misery didn't end here, as De Gea thought for a second that he was playing as a defender. Bro left the goal and made an embarrassing mistake. What is this guy? And with the combined efforts of these 2 Man U stars, Sevilla went into the semi-finals with flying colours. Well, at least they didn't lose the Champions League final. What? Yeah, because our next guy's mistake cost his team the Champions League trophy. In 2008, Chelsea and Manchester United were going head-to-head in the Champions League final. The rain was pouring down, the conditions weren't great as the match entered the penalty shootout. It was at this moment that it came down to John Terry's penalty. Terry slipped, missing the goal altogether. And to date, everyone remembers Terry's slip, and why shouldn't they? And just like this, no one's forgotten the blunder Enkelman made against Birmingham in the 2002-2003 derby. This was quite possibly the most comical goal I've ever seen. From deep inside his own half, Mellberg fired a throw into his keeper, Enkelman. With nobody standing within the penalty area, he attempted to take a touch on the ball but missed. This was terrible. Enkelman had nowhere to hide. He wanted an escape, but there was none. He knew this mistake was huge. One of the most embarrassing mistakes in the history of the game. But never mind, because Suarez did try to give poor Enkelman some solace by competing for the top spot. The Uruguayan superstar started a series of bites. Are you kidding me? Yeah, in 2010 he bit Ottoman Bakal's shoulder. Is he a little child or what? After this embarrassing show, he was banned for 7 games and was called the Cannibal of Ajax. But nature doesn't change, does it? A few years later, he made the same offence as he bit Chiellini in the 2014 FIFA World Cup. This is wild. You've got to have some honour. Well, speaking of wild play, how about this clearance kick by De Gea? I remember there was a time when De Gea was exceptional, but look at him now. He's become a comedic spectacle. It was United v Everton when he tried to clear a pass from Maguire, but he was way too slow. Lewin knew it was coming his way, and when he took the kick, Lewin intercepted it. What a joke, man. Where was his brain? Even a blind man could see Lewin sprinting in. Oh, I do feel for the Man U fans. And how can I not mention the Belgian fans here? Oh god, imagine being number 2 in the FIFA World Rankings, with players like De Bruyne, Courtois and Hazard entering the World Cup as the favourites, but getting knocked out in the group rounds. This must be painful. Well, the credits should be given when due, and this time it was Lukaku, one of the main culprits behind Belgium's early demise from the World Cup. He messed up big time. 3 straightforward goal-scoring chances were missed within a span of minutes. At least for one night, Lukaku was Belgium's most hated man. But Bernd Leno's mistake against Augsburg was even more ridiculous. Dude just got carried away by the excitement. In other words, keepers cannot make such mistakes because if they do, it's a death sentence. This is as embarrassing as it gets. It was a slow pass. This is what you call bad luck and lousy football. Well, at least he knew where the ball was, because Zetner was swinging at thin air. Wow, just wow. If this is what it takes to be a goalkeeper, bring me a pair of gloves. In simpler terms, I'm baffled. But guys, one occasion that Liverpool can never forget is the 2012-13 Premier League match v Chelsea. Liverpool had the Premier League title well in sight when Steven Gerrard slipped in the middle of the ground, handing the ball to Demba Ba. The rest is history, as Ba made no mistake hitting the ball right at the back of the net. This slip still gives Gerrard PTSD every time. And oh my, 3 errors, 3 goals. That cost his team the match. Baumann definitely goes down as the sloppiest keeper of all time, because my man plays like a defender who knows a keeper is standing at his back. Bro sprinted forwards, but it was a miscalculation as the ball bounced over his head. Jeez. And then it was another mistake as he failed to grab the ball. And then another fumble. Jesus Christ. Someone should have checked his bank account after this match, because he did everything to help Hamburger SV win the match. Was this the most embarrassing moment in football? Tell us in the comments. We've also covered the best saves in football history, so don't forget to check that out.